Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's the weekly reading for the week of June 24th to the 30th. So your cards this week: Aries, energies leaving, completing or transitioning. You have the Ten of Cups. Focus energies this week, you have the Seven of Cups, clarified with the Seven of Crystals. And you have the Two of Swords coming in towards the end of the week. So Aries, energies leaving, completing or transitioning. Let's have a look at the recent past. So we have the Ten of Cups here, but that actually came out together with the Hermit reversed. Now, I don't usually use reversed cards in my readings, but this time I felt that it was actually very key to the reading, these reversals. So, you know, the Hermit in reverse is somebody who is lacking faith, someone who is lacking motivation, and someone who might feel isolated and withdrawn. In its upright position, you know, the Hermit is about seeking truth and going within, you know, with a bit more of a sort of a positive intention. But in its reverse position, it can be sort of like a forced isolation. And somebody who's like, you know, actually losing energy. Now we've got that with the Ten of Cups here. So I feel like this is somebody who isn't feeling fulfilled at the moment or in the recent past. So, you know, that Ten of Cups is all about that, you know, the full sort of wish fulfillment of, you know, emotional well-being and house and home and happy family. So I think for some of you, there's some kind of loss of faith around that, you know, that dream or that fantasy or that fairy tale life. There's some kind of loss of faith with that, whether, you know, things aren't going as you hoped in that realm for you, or that there's just the sense of isolation. Maybe you're feeling isolated from your partner, isolated in another situation. It could even be at work, but if there's something that's actually made you feel like you're losing your motivation in that sort of realm. And, you know, I just heard when I started this reading, Aries, that this week was about you getting your mojo back. And, you know, I know Aries because I am an Aries, and, you know, we don't usually lose our mojo, but I feel like for some of us in the recent past, there has been a period where the energy's been a little lower than it should have been. And, you know, that's why we've got this Hermit in reverse here. It's sort of really showing up here how there is that sense of unfulfillment, or, you know, maybe questioning your fulfillment, what's going to, you know, bring you back and reinstate your mojo and really sort of bring back your drive in life. Let's leave the Hermit on top here. So your focus energies this week, Aries, we have the Seven of Cups, and this came out with the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So I've left it in the reverse position because I feel like there is a theme happening here in this reading. So let's start with the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles in its upright position is all about, you know, making slow, methodical progress, about sort of being planned and efficient and sowing the seeds, and over time, you know, those seeds sprout into these beautiful fields, and then, you know, the results and the rewards, the pentacles, start coming in as a result of, you know, sort of doing those hard yards and laying the foundation. Now in its reverse position, this is somebody who feels like they're not making any progress. This is someone who feels like they're stuck. So it kind of taps in again to that Hermit in reverse energy, someone who's sort of lost their motivation, you know, they've lost their drive for getting out there and planting those fields. You know, someone who feels like their pentacles aren't coming in, they're not getting the results that they want. And through that, you know, we have that sense of being unfulfilled, or, you know, lacking faith, and actually lacking that motivation to get out there and work the land and make things happen. Now, you know, with that Seven of Cups here, if you can see, the Seven of Cups here shows a person who, you know, can see everything that they want, but it's at an arm's length from them, and it's like they can't quite grasp it or retain it. So I think this is, in some respects this week, this is a sense of frustration about not being able to achieve what you want to achieve, or feeling like the progress isn't happening as fast as you want. So I think the, you know, the warning that comes in with this is just to take things slowly. You know, make sure you do the groundwork and prepare things and do your planning, and that's the key for getting back on track and getting the wheels back in motion. And, you know, maybe celebrating your small successes along the way, because I know, you know, a lot of your Aries have big goals, and, you know, you're probably, you know, looking at the end attainment of that. You know, you're looking at all these cups and thinking, why aren't they full for me yet? Or why can't I grasp them? Why aren't they in my reach? But I think the reminder here is that you need to make sure that you're taking the slow, methodical steps towards that and celebrate those small milestones along the way. And then you'll find that these cups will actually, you know, be within your reach before you know it. So, you know, we have double number 7 energy here to Aries, with the 7 of crystals, which is equivalent to the 7 of pentacles and the 7 of cups. So, you know, 7 is that number of attainment. So that really links in with our story here about, you know, this is a story of somebody who has lost some motivation in actually their attainment realm and working hard and that sort of thing, and sort of become unfulfilled. But the 7 of crystals, clarifying this pair up here, is an interesting one, because the 7 of crystals is all about somebody who slows down and perseveres and works hard and slow and steady, and then they start to see their crystals or their pentacles come in. So I feel like this is the, you know, this is the advice from tarot to clarify that pair above it. I think it's really telling you to, again, we sort of had that reminder here with that Knight of Pentacles, is to, you know, get back into, you know, working hard, slowly, surely, methodically, and then your, you know, your pentacles, they really start to sort of multiply and manifest, and you'll start to see those rewards coming in, Aries. So don't be disillusioned by everything not coming in as quickly as you want it. Don't let that make you lose your energy, your motivation, your drive, your mojo. You know, you need to sort of break things down into the small steps, get back on your plans, celebrate the small wins, and then you'll find that things will start moving along for you. Now, towards the end of the week, we've got the 2 of Swords here. And we have this is an interesting reading for you this week, Aries. There are different cards that normally come up for you. And we've got that clarified with the Ace of Wands, which I love in this reading, because for me, this shows this is where your inspiration and your energy starts coming back in. So I think, you know, if you can really sort of take that advice from tarot and start planning yourself out and celebrating your small wins, you're going to get inspired again. You're going to get your energy back, and you're going to get growth. You know, ideas are going to come to you. Now, with the 2 of Swords here, this can indicate some kind of decision, some kind of equally weighted decision that you may need to make towards the end of the week. So, you know, possibly you've needed to, you know, weigh up some options to get back on track here, decide to go, you know, in a different direction to get back into your place of inspiration here. Now, the key with the 2 of Swords is to tap into your intuition, and intuitively you'll know what direction to go in. You know, you might be weighing up 2 different projects, 2 different jobs, 2 different situations. One might be sort of the old, you know, tried and tested one that's not, you know, no longer giving you the results that you want. And the other direction may be something completely new, but maybe that's the key to getting re-inspired again, is to go on a slightly different path. Either way, I feel that whatever you decide, you know, you've got that Ace of Wands behind you. It's going to help you in that decision. And I also see that the decision that you make is one that's going to bring you back into a place of power and inspiration. You're literally picking back up your wand of power this week, Aries, after, you know, a little moment of, you know, losing the faith. And with the Ace of Wands there, you can see it comes in on the hand of the divine. So there's a little bit of a divine. Okay, sorry about that, Aries. I just had my battery go flat right at the end there, so I just have to finish off the end of your reading again. So what I was saying is, with the Ace of Wands here, there is an element of divinity about it. It does sort of have that element of coming in on the hand of the divine. But with aces, they are, you know, number 1 in each of the suit of the tarot. So, you know, what they do represent is the seeds of pure potential. But we all know that when we grow a seed, if we were to just leave it, then it would die, and it wouldn't sprout, and it wouldn't grow into anything. So the reminder with an ACE is that we must water and nurture those seeds in a foundation that's already been prepared for those seeds. Water them and nurture them and give them love, and that's what makes things sprout and grow. That's what makes things eventually grow into those beautiful pentacle rewards that, being an Aries, I know you're probably very results driven. That's what brings home the rewards. So I feel that the message for you this week, Aries, is to, take a step back, going back to ground level. We're going back to preparing our foundation. We're going back to planting our seeds and nurturing them. And then, that's when things are going to grow in the direction that you want. That's when, that inspiration's going to come back, and you're going to start getting those rewards back in that actually give you your motivation. Potentially there hadn't been any coming in for a little while, and you'd been in a position of the in-between, and that's what you need to actually keep you going and keep you inspired and keep you emotionally fulfilled. Okay, Aries, that's your message this week. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so it won't resonate for every Aries out there, and we'll see you for another reading next week.